Thank you for watching this brief training designed to help you navigate clock hours and ordering. Today's informational training will be narrated by Carrie Joy and Holly Mortensen in Human Resources. In Washington, approved clock hours can be used for salary or certification renewal purposes when they are offered by an OSPI, the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, provider. Public school districts are approved providers, so presenters can submit requests to grant clock hours for trainings offered. People often ask what a clock hour is in comparison to credits, and how many does it take to move up on the salary schedule. Typically, entities like public school districts will offer clock hours, which are equal to hours of training, whereas colleges and universities will offer credits, which are units offered for completing their course. You can submit approved in-service forms or official transcripts for classes which are a minimum of 1 hour in length. 10 clock hours are equal to 1 quarter credit. So 100 clock hours would equal 10 quarter credits. For OEA employees, that's our certificated group, they have to complete the classes and turn in the in-service registration form or official transcript no later than September 30th annually to be eligible for a salary increase in the current school year. For salary advancement, Human Resources can accept 3 different types of forms: a pre-approved in-service transcript or clock hour form, an OSPI in-service registration form, or a payment voucher issued by the North Central ESD. The last one is not as likely to occur, but is eligible. We know it can be confusing to figure out which site supports which action. There are 3 different types of action in which you may be involved in: registration, salary, or certification. Let's review those. Registration. You need to register for a class ahead of it starting. In ordering, we use PD Enroller. Other organizations and districts may use it too or have another method. Both are okay. It's important to note that an individual should only have one PD Enroller account regardless of where they work. Just make sure that you register through whatever method is offered ahead of when you take the class. Not everyone is an approved clock hour provider. The district and state will only honor classes offered by an approved clock hour provider. You can check the list through the OSPI website, link provider on this site.
Here is a view of where you'll navigate within PD Enroller to find your clock hours and claim them. Once you have a clock hour transcript or in-service form, print it and forward it to your Human Resource Generalist in HR. If you're interested in salary advancement or even just maintaining your professional development records in the district, you are responsible for sending the approved in-service form to Human Resources. Registration does not equal in-service form submission. Once received from you, the team will enter the approved data into Skyward and they will monitor when you are eligible for a pay raise. For example, if you are placed at a BA0 and you turn in 150 clock hours in a given school year, the HR team will move your salary up to BA15 in the upcoming school year. It is important to turn your clock hour forms and transcripts into Human Resources by September 30th, especially if you are eligible for a salary increase that year. Any classes taken by September 30th and submitted by September 30th will be paid retroactively to the beginning of the current work year. That includes wrapping up a master's program where you not only need to complete the class by September 30th, but the degree must be conferred and showing on the official transcripts to receive the increase that year. You also have regular renewal dates for your professional teaching or ESA certificate issued by the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. Most renewals are on a 5-year cycle, and certificates usually expire on June 30th. When you go to renew, you will need a minimum of 100 clock hours within that cycle. There are specific categorical clock hour requirements, so we recommend you check that well in advance of your renewal. Presently, OSPI has shared that registration and completion of classes through PD Enroller is auto-populated in OSPI, but it'll be important for you to monitor that within your personal OSPI account. Skyward doesn't talk to OSPI, so classes outside of PD Enroller would require your manual entry and submission with OSPI to count them within the renewal period. After you have paid your renewal fee and your certificate is issued, be sure to forward it to HR, or at least send us an email so we know to access and print your certificate for your file. Questions? Human Resources Generalist Carrie Joy supports Orting Elementary School, Orting High School, and Central Office. Human Resources Generalist Holly Mortensen supports Ptarmigan Ridge, Orting Middle School, and itinerant staff. And you're welcome to reach out to Executive Director Debbie Christensen as well.